Welcome to MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM, all you football fans. And remember to like us on Facebook and share your favorite videos with all your friends. We are glad that you are Moffat County Proud, and we are excited to bring you 2017 Colorado High School football. Tonight's game features the Delta Panthers and your Moffat County Bulldogs. Tonight's game is brought to you by these Moffat County Proud businesses: Severson Supply and Rental, the Memorial Hospital, Bank of Colorado, there's only one, Victory Motors, Hatton Enterprises, Miller Family Appliance, 3B Enterprises, Sand, Gravel, and Rock Products, Cornerstone Realty, GCR Tires and Service, Precision Auto Service, 360 Insurance Company, Mountain West Insurance, Kramer Flooring, McDonald's, DNP, Duran and Pierce Contractors, Cook Chevrolet, Ford and Subaru, Country Living Realty, Draper Insurance Group, Great Divide Service, Chaos Inc., Young Life, Rocky Mountain Machinery, your Kubota dealer, Epp and Associates, Rocky Mountain Automotive, Colorado Northwestern Community College, Identity Graphics, Craig Veterinary Hospital, Craig Family Dental, Brass Key Realty, and Mountain Air Spray. As member schools, we promote and protect the privilege of participation in interscholastic athletics and activities. We also promote lifetime values like respect, hard work, teamwork, sporting behavior, and citizenship. We help reach and motivate students. We develop policies as a group and enforce them as a responsibility of membership. We are coaches, game officials, and administrators, voluntarily working for the common good of kids. We are the Colorado High School Activities Association. Tonight's keys to the game sponsored by the Bank of Colorado, Severson Supply and Rental, and Memorial Regional Health. Bulldogs keys to the game. Shane, what do we got first?
Let me tell you what, first and foremost is that we have got to hold on to the ball.
Yeah, and you said it, because 2 weeks in a row, multiple turnovers for the Bulldogs. They got to hold on to the ball to keep them in the hunt and to try to get the victory tonight.
I'll tell you what, not very often can you put the ball on the ground as often as we did last week and even be close in a game, let alone win. So we cannot say this enough. It was like it was a greased pig the last few weeks. You got to put that 4 points of contact and hold on to the ball. On to the next keys of the game, Kip.
Yeah, get some 3 and outs. One of the big things the Bulldogs have to do is maintain this high-powered Delta offense. This is a team that dropped into 2A a year ago. I believe made it to the semis before being beat out, but they have a history of a high-powered offense. You always see trick plays from Delta. You got to be ready for that. You're going to see a double pass tonight. You're going to see a halfback pass tonight, or you're going to see a halfback throwback to the quarterback. I guarantee it. I'm calling it right now. You're going to see that. You got to be prepared for it from the Delta Panthers. They're not afraid to spread it out. They throw the ball, they run the ball, they mix it up well, and that's what leads to high points. And so the Bulldogs got to get some 3 and outs and keep that Delta offense off the field.
And our final play of the game here is no big plays, Kip.
Yeah, big plays can kill any team, and big plays with a big play offense like Delta, you got to limit them. So that means coming up big on defense, whether it's a fumble, interception, or just breaking up a pass, but limit the big play. Make sure you tackle well.
Hey, so we combine all those tonight. We've got to hold on to the ball. We've got to get some confidence builders in, some 3 and outs, no big plays. And there you go. We'll be right back with the opening kickoff. You're watching Moffat County Bulldog football on MoffatCountyProud.com.
Versus Delta, and we are ready to go down here at Delta High School on a beautiful night. And it is definitely perfect football fall weather for tonight's game.
See if I can pull my voice together and talk a little better than I did that opening segment here. What a beautiful night, just like you said. And we'll see what happens here. We are receiving the opening kickoff, obviously, and should be an awesome night for football.
Bulldogs, Shane, come in 1-1 on the season. Delta 0-1, dropping their first game.
As you told me, 3-0.
By Kel Scranton.
Did a good job knocking that down with one hand. He's got a little bit of a seam.
And he's going to bring it out to about the 30-yard line where the Bulldogs will take over. And they'll have their first chance as we are just underway here at Delta High School. Bulldog football right here on MoffatCountyProud.com.
And we talked about early in this game, my friend, we would like to see our offense Run that slow tempo. Run the ball hard up the middle. Use your big backs right now. Let's slam it up there with number 40 and use every bit of that. What is it now? 35-second clock?
Yeah, 40 seconds now. And Bulldog line anchored by number 50, Torrin Hume, 56, Jared Baker, 65, Braden Barnes doing the center duty, 71, Colby Beckett, and 77, Zane Shipman. And what that means is a 220-pound average on the O-line. First play is going to go for maybe a short gain for the Bulldogs as they'll bring it just over the right side, and it looked like Alex Navarro is on the carry.
And you'll notice tonight Navarro is wearing number 21. He's normally number 2, but they said that his jersey got ripped really good, so he's going to be out there with 21 tonight. Hopefully it's good luck, but it was like he ran into a wall on that first play, little to no gain.
Yep, and Delta bringing 8 guys in the box against the double wing of Moffat County as they say, we're going to load the box on you. Back to pass, Beaver has a little bit of time, has a receiver, wide open. Nice route and catch by Alex Navarez. It's a first down for the Moffat County Bulldogs.
Now, we talked about this before the kickoff, some of those things you don't hear on our station. What happened is Delta immediately, basically it almost is like 10, 11 in the box, but they had 8 men up front, challenged us to run, and that's when you have to be able to drop a pass in those underneath routes wide open, and the quarterback puts it right on the money.
Call it the old school 62 defense, loading up the box on the double wing. That time it works to the Bulldogs' advantage. And first down and a 12-yard gain.
Great athletic ability shown that time by Beaver as he rolled opposite his body and put it right in the money. Now it's a run up the middle with our bulldozer, but he gets stopped up there after a short gain.
Second down coming up. Rest of those sponsors.
Here we go. We're talking there.
2nd and 9 coming up for the Bulldogs.
Bulldogs
Delta
still in that
switches
double wing.
it up. They jump into a 44 defense, changing up their defensive front, and it works. And it's a big
Number
sack.
56, Jacob Ware on the stop.
Not a sack, but a loss of 4 for the Bulldogs.
Yeah,
Call
you
it
know,
2.
statistically now it's the same as a sack. Basically, it's a tackle for a loss. Those recruiters, they're looking at how many sacks and how many times you get a tackle for a loss. So, huge play. Just as devastating when you tackle a back in the backfield. And the line not getting any push right now. And it brings up a 3rd and 10. Let's see what the Bulldogs have here. An obvious passing situation.
And pass over the middle, going to be intercepted.
Wow. Nobody.
By number 17, nobody there. Looks like
number 17, Colton Galvin.
not sure what happened, but
Yeah, somebody, you'd like to hope somebody didn't run the route right because nobody even in that zip code in that area right there, and it's a big turnover now. The biggest thing we talked about in our keys to the game is you cannot turn the ball over. If you eat it there and just punt, it's not the end of the world, but now you've got all the momentum going Delta's way. See if our defense can stand tight.
so Delta offense, we told you they spread it out. They're multiple formations. They run a lot of different things. Right now you got a twins look to the top side and a single receiver down below with the tight end. And run right up the gut, going to be about a 10-yard gain. And
Number 2,
one of the Bulldogs was in there quick. Looked like he might have been able to have it, might have been able to get a tackle, but he was able to break away.
Yeah, is that Beckett? Beckett was totally in there, could have destroyed that play. Just didn't break down and make the tackle, but he was right on top of that. The difference between a 3-yard loss and a 10-yard gain is just millimeters.
1st and 10 for the Panthers.
Off of this early turnover now. See if the Bulldogs defense can stiffen up. It's always been the best part of this team over the last 2 or 3 years is their defense. There's a pass, and good job by our defensive line as they're able to knock that pass down. You got to wonder why Delta at this point even considers dropping back on 1st and 10 and throwing the pass, but good for us as it brings up now 2nd and 10. See what the Bulldogs have up their sleeve.
Construction with Desmond Mortgage, James
Formation, and nope, they'll split it up a little bit. Doubles look with a tight slot. He'll motion. Going to be a dive over C-gap, and it's not untouched for the first 15 yards till he's tackled by the safety. Anytime you have a safety or a corner making the initial contact, it's not what you want to see happen.
Yeah, Alex Navarro does a good job with the tackle there, but that was a hole big enough to run a Mack truck through, and that's why they passed on 1st down, because they have great faith in their running game, and the Bulldogs are definitely going to have to. Well, you know, they've been able to pass so far and run, so you really don't know what you can do. Stack it up right now, put up 6 men on the line, and they're going to throw it over the top.
Yeah.
So modern offense with old school huddle, you got to like that mixture.
And motion, same play, motioned the other way, but ran the same play. and good for about 7.
Getting about 7.
And you hear us talk about this every week so far. The last 2 weeks, we have just pushed on this so much, where you have the Bulldogs in their double wing, where everybody is so crunched up together. Now you see Delta with their modern offense, and look at the difference. You have them spread way out, halfway across the field, and it opens up so many options, and it gives you chances to make decisions, especially if you're running an option. And look here you go, spread out, 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Look at all that room.
2 to the right. You got the tight end stacked up there as well.
And look at that. He's
Play
got wide
action
open.
pass goes to the corner and overthrown as it bounces off the goal line marker over there.
Man, he's a big part of this team, and we hope he gets better soon.
And Delta with a huge push, untouched, and he's going to go untouched all the way to the end zone.
Yeah, somebody did not follow the rules there on the end.
And that's what happens. You saw so far right now, Bulldogs staying with that 4-man front, haven't changed it, same result. Got to do something to slow that offense down. 8-19, 6-0 lead early here, 8-19 on the clock for the Panthers.
And what's the first thing that you learn if you're a defensive end? Nothing outside of you, outside in. I know we weren't on, but I had to say that. Oh, good.
Nope, you're still on. All right,
Hey,
you got it. Yeah,
That's
outside in. That's the responsibility of the defensive end, and if you're going C gap inside, those are the things that happen. So, extra point is up and good, and the Panthers are up 7-0 here early in the first.
Kick up the Bulldogs. They had a turnover early in this game, and it led to a touchdown for Delta. So this drive is just huge for a confidence standpoint, and a nice kickoff by Delta.
This one's going to go to Alex Navarez. He's got some room to run as he brings it up the middle, and he's going to get it out. Good return out near the 35.
35-yard line. First and 10 Bulldogs.
So, Shane, we always talk about defensive adjustments and what you're going to do on defense. Well, you've seen Delta already do it. They gave up 1 pass when they're sitting in the 62. They switch to the 44, then they get a pick, and that's what they're going to stay in.
Hey, look, there's a decent push by our line there, but you see Delta stands up and pushes right back, and we're still in that double wing. We're just so crunched up defensively. If we're calling the defense over there like we've done for many years in the past, we're just going to send everybody at the middle. We're going to put 10, heck, we're going to put all 11 men in that box area, which is tackle to tackle defensively, and we're going to force them to beat you some other way, and that's what they're doing. Look, they'll crunch everybody up here now. And watch, everybody now is going to be within, we'll call it 8 yards and 10 of the line of scrimmage.
Colby Beaver takes the snap. Goes to Dominic Muschetti. Has a little bit of running room, and he barrels ahead for a first down.
Hey, and how about that for Dominic? We felt that he always needed to have a head of steam going to line of scrimmage. That time he showed his strength left to right as he turns upfield, but it was a great job of blocking by our left tackle, and I believe we pulled the guard there to lead that. Had some running room, and huge play here early in this first quarter for the Bulldogs. So big early here to hang with these guys.
Double wing, but they'll put the tight ends out wide. Back to pass is Beaver. Under pressure. Able to get it away, and just a little bit inside. Dominic couldn't quite handle it. Would have been a short gain if he could have pulled it in. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 10 for the Bulldogs.
And you see there, number 64, a big old lineman for Delta, introduces himself to Mr. Beaver, but Beaver jumps right back up, ready for the 2nd down here. Probably go right back into that shotgun snap here.
Yeah, and the Bulldog offensive line did a great job that time giving him time. Definitely had time to back there to look at his read his routes and make a throw. Bulldogs now in a 2nd and 10 situation. They'll keep it in tight. They come back with the same play that went for 8 or 9, but this time it's not even going to make it back to the line of scrimmage, and the Bulldogs lose 1 on it.
It'll be 3rd and long here now. Now again, last time we were in basically the same exact position, same area of the field. We dropped back and we threw the pick. So if it's not here this time, it's not the end of the world. Eat it, punt, and play defense, but you've got to shift this field position. You've done that now. Hopefully you can get the first, but if not, you just put it in the ground and you punt.
And Delta switches it up again. Now they go to a 3-man front, 34 defense. Back to pass. They got a lot of guys in coverage. And hits the flat to Teeter. Nice catch by Teeter. He'll bring it in. Good gain for the Bulldogs. And going to bring up a 4th down and 5.
Oh, boy, this is an interesting choice here, but the way this game is going right now, you've definitely got a punt. Good positive gain. A son of a military family there. We've got several on this team now. I always love to say hoorah for those guys out there. And now we're going to punt here, see what happens defensively if we can get down and cover this punt.
And Bulldogs will line up with Axel Mendoza back to punt. He'll take the snap, and the punt is on its way.
And that'll work. It's going to take a nice roll. You got to get there before it gets in that end zone.
A beautiful,
Nice.
beautiful punt, and covered by Kel Scranton. And the Bulldogs pin him right on the 5-yard line. Beautiful punt by Axel Mendoza.
Hey, exactly what we talked about. Play defense. Here you go. You were able to pin him back. You weren't able to get that first down, but you shifted the field. Now let's hold them here and force them to punt deep from their own end.
Yeah, Axel.
Okay, as we said, very big part of this game early on. Bulldogs down 7-0. Delta's pinned deep in their own end, but their big fullback now rumbling, stumbling, and he's beating us to the edge. Huge gain there. They just gutted us right up the middle. Nobody there. Cuts it to the outside. Huge gain. And having them deep in their own end zone goes out the window.
20-yard gain for the Panthers.
And that's their big, big back. So as long as they know that's going to be there and they can continue to do that, that opens up everything else. So there's a timeout on the field. We'll be right back here on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM.
All right, Shane, one of the things we talked about earlier was trick plays, and Delta known for that. You got to be prepared for the trick play whenever it happens. And here's what I can see. Toss sweep. Big gain, got another close to a first down, 10-yard gain, and then they'll run the halfback pass off of that. That's what you got to be ready for. That's what you've had to practice during the week. That's what's had to been in the scouting report. You know that because that's what Delta does.
So far, our leading tacklers are Cale Scranton and Alex Navarra. Great for them, but there are safeties. And here we go again, another run, and Navarra in on that tackle again. And you said it earlier, you don't want your safeties to be your leading tacklers because they're your last line of defense. That means your linebackers and defensive linemen are not getting in there to make the play. So hopefully we can make some changes. We've talked about this, Kip. I mean, I always go to NFL examples, but over the years, Ray Lewis and the Baltimore Ravens, they were the one team that could always mess with Peyton Manning because they would make shifts, changes. Every time Manning would come up to the line of scrimmage, they would change from the play before their defensive front. We need to make adjustments, shifts, so they don't know every time when they come up to the line that we're going to be in that same defensive front.
Panthers just say, hey, we're going to keep doing what works. And good job by Baker in there. Initial hit on the play, but enough for the first down for the Panthers.
I see number 25 on the bottom there, too. And good that we had our linebackers in on the play there. Defensive calls being made from the sideline now. And as you said, it's a first down, and just like that, Delta has moved 50 yards in a real quick manner. As we have 3:57 left here in this first quarter.
Delta House, Delta Sales Yard, Dowdy.
And that was Teeter in on that tackle. So Teeter's been really active so far in this game also. Jacob Teeter.
Josh Teeter.
Josh, well, I wanted to give Jacob some props too.
Right on.
Get that whole family in there.
Pass. Thrown in the flats. Looked like it might have got a hand on it, one of the linemen, or it just slipped out of his hand. Not sure which happened, but nonetheless, it's good for the Bulldogs. Going to bring up a long second down for the Panthers.
Right up the middle.
Trap right up the middle. Old school down, down, and out. Trap block up the middle, and it works to perfection, and it's about a 9-yard, maybe even a 10-yard gain. That might move the chains. We'll see.
And I mean, there's proof right there, Kip. You can run a very exotic, modern offense and still go back to things that have been run since the beginning of football and Vince Lombardi. Like you said, that's the play they've been running forever. Right up the middle, you hit that, you pull a guard, you run the trap. Huge gain now. It brings up third and short. 2-down territory here for the Delta Panthers. Let's see what they decide to do.
Quarterback sneak, and there it is. Nobody there. He saw it. We called it the play before we said it with the trap. We said there's the trap, quarterback trap. They do it, and 50 yards for the touchdown.
Yeah, that's trouble when it's a third and very short.
When you sit in that same alignment, Shane, time after time, we saw it, we've talked about it. You got to move them guys. 1 technique, 3 technique, 0 technique, nose, mix them around, line stunt. Any of those things mixes up that offense. And so far, the Bulldogs are static in what they're doing, and Delta's taking advantage of it.
See if they make this extra point here. And nice kick. and they're running that solid new age offense to perfection right now. 14-0 with 2:54 left here in the first quarter. MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM, your station for on-demand Bulldog football. Well, 2:54 remaining in this first quarter. Already 14-0. Bulldogs have to get something going on offense, or this is going to get ugly quick. Alex Navarra with the kickoff reception here, and he's met by a host of Delta Panthers.
Just past the 20, and the Bulldogs really got to get something going here, Shane. I mean, this is a Panther offense that last week didn't score a point last week, and right now they're getting it done, and they've got the Bulldogs' number. Bulldogs got to get something going on offense right here with just under 3 minutes left here in the first quarter.
You know, even there in that situation, the guys go hard. They go make their initial block, but on a kickoff, it takes a long time to get going. Too many guys were watching football. We always used to tell our guys, if you want to watch football, you can do that in the stands. You got to keep with your man until the whistle blows.
Moffat County and the double wing. Motion, Navarez. Pitch. Tries to take it up the middle, and he's hit by a host of Panthers, and it's going to be a short gain, maybe a couple for the Bulldogs.
Loss on the play.
You really, as a back right now, you're going to have to get down way lower than usual and just fight for every inch. You've got to fight hard, scrape, claw, whatever you got to do, because you're going to get met quickly tonight.
Second name.
I don't think we've gone into any of our newer offense that spread. It's been all double wing tonight, scrunched up.
Motion, Dominic. They'll try to run it right up the middle, and just too much penetration. They know, and they're sending backers, and they're getting people in the backfield. And anything that doesn't happen fast, man, when you got that many guys in the box, and they're sending backers on top of it, and it's going to be it's tough. It's tough for those linemen to pick it up.
Well, let's put it this way. You know it's trouble when the nose guard almost takes your hand off from your quarterback.
So loss of 2 on the play. Going to bring up a 3rd and 10.
You know, usually when they're all looking at their armbands, you usually figure it's going to be a passing play. They're all checking their routes for our offense. But I've been wrong a few times. Twice, I think.
2 backers coming. They both show up. They're showing blitz. We'll see if they come. Yep, they send one of them. Back to pass. Under pressure. Able to get away from it. Colby Beaver does a good job that time as he avoids contact and is able to get rid of that ball. Wise decision to get rid of it. And Bulldogs are going to have to punt from their own 20.
Well, you know, again, the play call there, they roll him to his weak side away from his body, so he has to turn his body completely around while also dealing with that blitzing linebacker. That's hard to do. I mean, in your living room, think about that. Run to your left if you're right-handed and try to throw a ball right-handed. It just doesn't work well unless you have a ton of time, and he didn't that time.
And the punt is off. Nice, high, deep punt. Fair catch by the Panthers. And they'll take over right around the 43-yard line.
Beverage bar.
Well, here we go. 14-0 now with 1:17 left. Let's keep them out of the 20s at least here in the first quarter.
They box it up. They bring a lot of guys in. They pull a guard and a tackle, and they got a lot of running room as they're able to get to the edge and get about an 8-yard gain.
And there's Alex Navarez playing hard. We've also got number 27 and 85 over there. There's never a lack of effort for our Bulldogs. They always play their heart outs. And just sometimes they're not in the best situation, the best position to make the play, but they hustle every play and give everything they have. Just sometimes you're outmanned.
And Delta able to switch it up nicely as they spread it out. They bring it in tight, multiple formations, multiple motions. Another sweep to the outside, untouched until he got tackled. Got a flag, though. Hopefully that's a holding, and it's going to bring it back.
Down to about
I'll tell you what, number 79 for our Bulldogs, I believe that's Davis. He's been all over the place the last couple of weeks during games. Tonight, this guy has been throwing him down, pushing him, hitting him, kicking him, and I think finally that time he was caught. So hopefully he can get involved in this game like he has been the last 2 games. He's been a big part of this defense.
So it is holding. That's from the spot of the foul. 10 yards. They're going to repeat second down. Long second down coming up for the Delta Panthers.
So second, very long. Had some good luck we made.
Yeah, when they get on the, I've said it before, say it again. We're just waiting for that halfback pass. They're going to run a trick play. Let's see if they do it here. Got to be prepared for that. They've ran the sweep a couple times. That's what they set it up off of.
Here we go, second and long. Bulldogs going to be ready for everything. They're up closer, the cornerbacks on these wide receivers. Now they drop off. Man in motion. You go opposite. One man to beat, and he does. And that was Spencer Brown, who just completely missed that tackle. He went down, threw himself at the ground. Big gain for Delta, and it's going to bring up third and much shorter than we thought it would be here at Delta's.
Going to be a first down, 13-yard gain
Delta will set up
for the Panthers. 16 seconds on the clock as he stayed inbounds. Clock's running. We'll see if Delta will run it to the quarter or if they'll try to get one more off. Looks like they want to run one more play as they bring it up. 8 seconds on the clock. They're going to have to hurry if they want to get it snapped. Here it comes.
Yeah, get that sneak play right before.
And they do. And they're going to go right up the middle to the big man. And it's about a 5-yard gain, maybe 6. That'll be the end of the quarter. We want to say thanks to all of our sponsors here on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.com. Make sure that you, when you're visiting our sponsored businesses, that you tell them thanks for what they're bringing to Moffat County. That's Severson Supply and Rental, the Memorial Hospital, Bank of Colorado, Victory Motors, Hatton Enterprises, 24/7, Miller Family Appliance, 3B Enterprises, Sand, Gravel, and Rock Products, Cornerstone Realty, GCR Tires and Service, Precision Auto Service, 360 Insurance Company, Justin Kowcheck Agency, Mountain West Insurance and Financial Services, Kramer Flooring, McDonald's, I'm loving it, DNP, Duran and Pierce Contractors, Cook, Chevrolet, Ford, and Subaru, Country Living Realty, Draper Insurance Group, Great Divide Cleaning Service, Chaos Inc., Young Life, Rocky Mountain Machinery, Machines That Move Mountains, your Kubota dealer, Epp & Associates, Professional Land Surveyors, Rocky Mountain Automotive, Colorado Northwestern Community College, Identity Graphics, Craig Veterinary Hospital, Craig Family Dental, Brass Key Realty, and Mountain Air Spray, all sponsors of MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.com, bringing you Bulldog football.
So they flip the field now, and it's a second down, and we'll call it long 5. Delta drops back. Throws it. Good defense there by Spencer Brown.
That's the way you recover. Spencer Brown, you said, missed that tackle a second ago, but he comes back strong and breaks up that pass. Great job, Spencer Brown. 3rd and 4 coming up for the Panthers.
5. Delta with the man spread way over there to the right. He drops back. He's going to throw it up.
Drop. Yep. Fade route. And good coverage out there. That was number 22, Connor Etzler, on the coverage. He was like a blanket all over him. There's no way he was going to get that ball. 4th down, and they are definitely in 4-down territory when you're up 14-0 at the 40. So we'll see what Delta draws up.
For your Bulldogs here, see if they can hang around this ball game. See if Davis can get through there.
A little bit of confusion on Delta right there as they look over to the sideline and they say, hey, we don't have the play we want. Wisely, they call a timeout, and they'll talk about it. We'll be right back. MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.com.
Here we go. Huge play. 4th down and 5. Delta Panthers choosing to go for it here at the midfield. Hand off right up the middle. See if they can make this tackle.
Looks like they might have to stop. Great job,
play.
Bulldogs. Saw a lot of Bulldogs in on that tackle. And that's what it takes, gang tackling. And we'll see where the spot is. And Moffat County ball. Good defensive stop by your Bulldogs.
Great job by the defense. That time our defensive end held his ground, didn't let him outside. You had your corner, safety, and linebacker come up. Number 79, Davis, was in there also. And so great job by our defense, and that is what they had to have right there. Now they've got to move the ball offensively if they want to stay in this game.
Yeah, first defensive stop by our Bulldogs this game. So that was huge as Delta was threatening to get into the red zone and even score. Bulldogs now take over just shy of the 40. And they'll counter it back. And Navarez finds himself a little seam. Good job, good vision. And a nice gain on first down for the Bulldogs.
And there's exactly what we were just talking about. Low to the ground, running Jerome Bettis style, diving forward. You've got to fight and claw for every single inch in this game. Big gain now. 2nd and 5. We'll call it a long 4 now. A lot of options here is what you can do. And we'll see what the Bulldogs have up their sleeve here. Delta with a bunch of players up on the line here, challenging us to go over the top.
Motion, Dominic, back to pass. And nice catch to Alex Navarez. He breaks a tackle and a big first down for the Bulldogs.
And you see
That's
it
a
again.
tough throw, Shane. You said it before. He's happened to throw against his body going that way. Great throw by the junior quarterback, number 15, Colby Beaver.
Yeah, Beaver doing a great job, showing great athletic ability. Just like you said, we talked about it, rolling against the grain, against his body. Now let's get him a couple rolls to the strong side. Let's bring him to the right direction and see if he can put it up over the top here.
So 22 yards on the reception. The Bulldogs almost doubled their offense
In one play.
on one play. So pretty amazing. All right, so Dominic Bischetti running hard, twisting and turning. And he runs hard for a couple.
To big number 40.
Second and 8 coming up.
Do you totally get the feeling this drive right here is absolutely going to be the turning point? It's going to show how this game is going to go. If we can go down and get points on this drive, this is a game. If not, you just have a bad feeling about it.
Needle Rock Brewery, Chapman Real Estate, Western Slope Auto, Pestaway, and Hellman Ford.
As I said, I hope I'm wrong, but that generally means it's a passing play. And if you're on defense, you can read that. It gives you your cues.
And motion, back to pass. You called it, Shane. You saw it, now picked off. And you said it. You see everybody looking at it, and then you know it's a pass because they don't look at it every play. And those are the things that happen.
And that one just, you
And
got to
a
see that,
drive killer
guys.
for the Bulldogs. This is another turnover, and the Bulldogs, right after a beautiful first down and a drive they had going, their best drive of the game, gets shut down by another turnover, and Delta will take over on the 35.
Here we go, big turnover. Delta now looking to go down and put this one out of reach. Run right up the middle. Looks like a little Le'Veon Bell right there as he waits for his lineman to block for him. He follows him and gets a big, huge gain up the middle. If you can get 5 yards up the middle, you will take that every single time.
Trips look for the first time by the Panthers, and they'll run a trap right up the middle, untouched, until he gains about 10.
Brilliant run.
And just they spread it out.
Yeah.
And we said it before, it's just guard, center, trap, pull the other guard, you trap the down lineman, you send your tackles, free release to the linebackers, and those kind of things happen.
But I don't know, I can't say it enough. When you have a modern, fun, inventive offense like this, when you put 3 wide receivers left and 15 yards away from your quarterback, the defense has to respect that, and it leaves a huge gap up the middle. You just got to block one guy, and there you go.
Little option look that time, dive over B gap. Good job by the Bulldog defense that time. Going to be good for about 3 for Delta. And timeout, Moffat County. Yeah, I'm going to keep saying it because I know it's going to happen. Halfback pass, Shane. Let's see what happens.
Well, look, and you've got one of our defensive backs 10 yards off the ball. That signal here, they're going to put it up right to him.
Screen right there, slip screen. And works well. Flag coming in.
Rainbow of yellow flags.
See what they have. There's several things that can happen there. Usually this is going to go against the offense. You have a guy blocking too soon downfield, maybe a holding, a lot of different things, offensive pass interference.
It's going to be a holding, Shane. And you're right, you do see that. Now, one of the things, though, as long as you catch that pass behind the line of scrimmage, you can be blocking downfield, as long as it's not downfield.
Yep.
And that guy caught up behind, their young receiver got that behind the line, and would have had a good gain, but holding out there on the edge. And so it'll be repeat second down, loss of 10. Going to bring up around a third down and 14.
We got a big penalty call there, makes it second and very long. Should be a passing situation, but so far tonight, Delta has, gone against the grain. They run to the right outside, only one man to beat out there. Huge gain, and it's going to bring up third down, and we'll call it just a couple. And, man, you've got to have your ends out there, not let them outside of you, nothing outside. And now I see Alex Navarro looks as though he's injured. Man, he's been all over this field. We can't afford to lose him. Can't afford to lose any of your players, but, man, he's been a force tonight. They're down 3, Kipper.
All right, here we go, Delta. Panthers line up in a double tight. They're going to give it to the big man right up the middle. Another trap play. They just keep running it. And it's going to be, when he breaks away, just spinning away. And, that's one of the things they talk about is good tackle. You got to tackle well, and that's wrapping up the fundamentals. Keep your feet moving. That's just hard running. Got to hand it to the Delta player. Just kept his feet moving, and that kid's a load too, Shane.
Well, man, oh man, it used to be the funnest opportunities when someone else had the running back and they held him up. the opportunity as the second, third, fourth, fifth guy coming in, you can really rattle somebody by hitting them when they're struggling for that extra yardage, but you can't stop on it until the end of the whistle. It's not over. So we'll be right back here on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.com.
Delta threatening inside the red zone now. And they're going to give it right up the middle. Runs into his own player. Had a good push up the middle.
Great job.
Bryson Davis getting a nice defensive push there.
Yes, I talk about the big man.
And he blows up the play. Great job, Bryson Davis.
So, Kip, we were looking there. We don't have it on our list. We don't have number 60 on our list. Do you have any idea who that is? It's one of our young players out here at the cornerback. Now it's a different player, but we had number 60 in out there. I don't have him. We'll get his name here in a minute, but getting some playing time.
Sure. I'll look into it.
Second
we'll see what we can find out. And 80 out there. That's Spencer Brown.
Yeah.
Back to pass. Oh no! And Spencer Brown. We've got a break there. Spencer actually did. He came up on it, but then he just lost his footing, slipped on the grass, or got his feet tangled up. And lucky for the Bulldogs, well overthrown.
Third down and 11. Huge play here. 14-0. They're up. Delta rolls right. Rolls with his body. Has a man wide open. Oh, and he gets knocked out with a big hit.
But they said he already had control, so
give him the touchdown.
And that's one of those things that, I think you're in the end zone. You have all the time in the world. And so as a referee, that's one of the things you talk about after the game, that even though they say it was a catch, you'll be able to see on film whether it was or not. But the thing is there's no reason to hurry that call. You sit, you wait, you see everything happen, and then you make the call.
And I'd at least be out having a discussion with the line judge and get clarification on that call. Here's another extra point. I think the most important thing was that the receiver was wide open, catches it, a good kick. Now it's 21. Let's see if our head coach now have a conversation with the referees, get a little clarification on that, because it was very close. As it was a great hit by our safety come in and dislodge the ball, but nope, I'm going to have that conversation. Yep, so a tough call there. Already a tough situation.
Huge kickoff. And that's probably a good thing that he went into the end zone and bring it out to the 20. And big kickoff for the Panthers. Bulldogs will take over on their 20.
Here we go, first down for the Bulldogs, down 21-0 here. First half in Delta. There's a pitch to the outside, running hard. You can tell right now, he says, I'm going to put my head down, gain every single inch that I can get. And you won't find anybody playing harder than Alex right now. 5 yards.
Yeah, good first down play for the Bulldogs. And a long 5, call it maybe even 6. Gotta like that on first down.
So now it opens up options, even though we're still in this double wing all crunched up together here. Second down and 5.
And this time it's going to go for maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Looks like it's going to be a loss of 1 on the play.
Little or no gain on the play. Third down coming up.
I just so badly want to see a guy or 2 or 3 way over there on the far side, on the wide side of the field, open this offense up, give yourselves some opportunities, have more area to make plays, but still in this double wing here, third down and 5 now. So it negates that huge first down run as you get nothing on second. Up under center.
And rolling to that weak side again. Has a guy open in the flat. That's Josh Teeter. And he makes
there we go. Big play by Teeter.
Nice move by Josh Teeter. And he picks up a first down for the Bulldogs.
I love it. And you see a great job. Josh Teeter out there runs a great route. Our quarterback again shows great athleticism as he rolls against his grain, against his body, makes a huge play. I see Alex Navarre right now trying to tap himself out. Something's wrong there. Hope he's okay. And again, huge play for Teeter. We needed that first down. And we didn't get a chance to say it earlier, Mr. Teeter, his dad, Bobby Teeter, hey man, he bought us 3 hot dogs kit before this game.
Bobby Teeter, you're the man.
Yeah,
thanks,
that was
buddy.
Awesome. Sponsor of our first half, the hot dog man, Mr. Teeter.
He's the man. And Dominic Biscotti makes a guy miss. Way to run hard, puts his nose downhill, and he's moving his legs, trying to push that pile.
There you go, running hard. He wants to make something happen. The old thing they used to say, right? Chris Berman, he was rumbling, stumbling, bumbling forward, and I like to see that. You had 71 Beckett comes up and gets that late push, keeps playing, even though his initial block is done. You want to block as
One
many.
of the things, Shane, that's really impressed me about our kids is their grit, man. They fight tooth and nail, and they go for it. And that's what they were doing there. You had all those white jerseys in there battling for every yard.
So here we go, 2nd down and 5 again. When you can gain 5 on 1st down, you don't have to have a degree in rocket science to realize that's a fantastic thing. Opens up the offense.
And inside trap for the Bulldogs. Looked like an inside trap.
And you see here we got what we wished
for a
for
couple.
finally. We had Spencer Brown all the way spread out here to the sideline, to the strong side, spreads it out, and it takes one guy away from the box, and that brings up 3rd down, and we'll call it a long 3 as we have a timeout, and we'll be right back here on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM. Oh, big. I know I keep saying big plays, but this is as big as it gets. 3rd down and 4 near midfield for your Bulldogs. They just pitch it straight back.
Navarez, he pounds ahead.
Running hard.
Nice push by that offensive line. And good job. Navarez gets right behind those linemen and pushes hard, and it's a 1st down, gain of 5.
And let's look at this honestly right now, my friend. We talked about our biggest thing in this game was no turnovers. 2 turnovers led directly to touchdowns. This game's only 21-0 right now. Could have been much worse or much better. If you score on the drive where we have the turnover, the interception, shoot, it's 14-7. So get some points here, you're still in this game.
And Navarez in motion. Back to pass, Beaver.
There you go.
And
Okay.
it's out in the flat to Teeter for a short gain.
Well, and you see there, he rolled to his strong side. He rolled with his body, and look at how better he was able to throw that and whip behind it, get the spin on it there and put it on the money. Yeah, it's only a 3-yard gain, but it shows that they can hit those receivers, and it forces them to cover the pass.
Under 3 minutes left here in the first half. 21-0 lead for the hometown Panthers. Counter. Nice cut. Navarez, he finds some room to run.
Looks like it's going to be another 1st down.
About a 9-yard gain for the Bulldogs and a 1st down.
They're moving it now. Now the clock is your enemy. They've got to get it going now and get some points on the board before halftime. And again, think about it. The one drive where we had the turnover, we were driving. That led to a touchdown. So they're very much still in this game, especially if they can score here.
And you'll notice what the Panthers have done. They've dropped their linebackers back. This is saying they dropped their linebackers back. I was just in the middle of my sentence because all they didn't want to do was give up the big play. They were willing to give up the run plays. That's why they had dropped those backers deep, and they pick it off. And
I don't understand why you run. That's the 3rd time that you've run against the body. He has to throw against his natural body motion, and it's the same play that's led to the other 2 interceptions. Now 3, and he's throwing against his natural body motion. It's a tough throw to make.
Well, and it's Shane right there too. You got just under 3 minutes left. You got plenty of time. You're at the 40-yard line. You're running the ball great. Delta's backed their guys off. You got them outnumbered at the point of attack, and you throw it, and that happens.
Heck yeah, there you go.
Dominic Biscotti. There's a big loss. That a baby.
Dominic gets in there and says, "I've had enough of this," and throws him for a huge loss.
6-yard loss.
Love it. Big play there. So now you figure with just that 2 minutes left in this first half, maybe Delta says, hey, let's slow this down now. And they're not thinking about scoring here. There we go, 2nd long.
Bulldog defense, let's stand strong here. Here we go. Motion Delta. They'll run a quick reverse. Comes around the wide side, around their home side. Good coverage over there. That's Dominic, again, calling his number a couple times in the last few plays.
Dominic Biscotti, he is all over this field right now, saving us on this drive, trying to make up for that 3rd interception here in the first half. Minute 21 now, and Delta seems happy just to let this clock run. And the Bulldogs are hanging in here defensively. Not a horrible job. They've made some great plays. They've stopped Delta a couple times. Now just don't let them behind you here. Nothing deeper than your deepest man.
And back to pass on the Panthers.
And there he is, wide open. He gets behind everybody by a mile.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, we just said it. My goodness.
60-yard touchdown for the Panthers.
You've got
air it out.
You got 54 seconds left. You don't go into your prevent defense. You don't put your cornerbacks or safeties back behind everybody, and they get 10 yards behind your corner. It's prevent defense time. It's simple defense at that point in the game. You've got to put your kids in the best opportunity to make something happen.
So Delta strikes with just under a minute left, and they're looking to push it to a 28-0 lead with the extra point.
I mean, we sit here and we say, 3rd and long, you got 54 seconds left. What do you think they're going to do? And that's not the young men's fault. That's where you've got to put them in position to make plays.
Kick is no good, so with 54.
No good with 54 seconds left on the clock. 27-0 lead for the Panthers here in the second. Bulldogs are going to get it back with one more opportunity here in the first half. Delta Panthers ready to kick off again. And a deep kick. He definitely's got a leg on him. And wisely, Alex lets it bounce over, going to the end zone, and the Bulldogs will take over on the 20.
And gosh, you know, we had worked so hard. Our boys had played so hard to still be in position there to be right in this game. And some of these players, they've all played their hearts out. And then, like Alex Navarra, Paschetti, those guys have ran their hearts out here. It's so self-defeating to look up now and see 27-0, and you were literally 50 seconds from 21-0, or who knows, maybe 14-7, 21-7. Now you go in at halftime, and you've really got to rethink things, hopefully come out and get something done.
And Delta, look at where their safeties are. 15, 17 yards. 17 yards back. They got to cover 4. They got 4 guys deep, linebackers back deep, and Moffat County back to pass. And nice screen. I like that call. But Delta covers it well. And short gain for the Bulldogs, but I do like that call with the screen as Delta had backed everyone off.
Yeah, I didn't realize we had that one in the playbook. I'm happy to see it. That's something that you want to go back to later on. But as you said, Delta is going to have everyone back very deep as the clock is running with 30 seconds. They're not going to let anybody behind them or over the top. Ball's on the ground, but he gets it out. He's going to get hit. Puts it near the money, but now it's incomplete. And you just want to probably kneel on this and survive and get into the halftime locker room.
0 seconds left in the first half. 3rd down coming up. Be sure and stay tuned at halftime.
Underneath it, he just throws out of bounds, stops that clock though. And now your Bulldogs are going to have to punt deep from their own ends. And you might just want to eat that there and let that clock run.
But you pass the ball 3 times and stop the clock. And
now you have to punt.
You're going to give
them another
chance.
opportunity.
Yeah.
As we said, that was time to just come out, kneel, and get into the halftime locker room, survive.
Delta back for the return.
That's the turner back there.
They bring the house, and they brought 3 guys with good rush, but no good. And fumble. Bulldogs pick it up. It'll be Bulldog ball, and they're going to get another shot.
Good job.
Holy cow.
Great job by the Bulldogs, giving themselves an opportunity.
Yeah, great coverage downfield as the Bulldogs, no lack of hustle in our boys.
That's number 1, Connor Murphy goes down there and gets the turnover. So they're going to have one chance. Let's see how strong Beaver's arm here is, see if he can get it to the end zone, or maybe run the old hook and ladder, something. Now here, obviously, you've got one play. Put this up, but make sure if there's pressure, just eat it here. The worst thing in the world could happen here is a turnover.
Delta has 2 DBs sitting at 20 yards back. They walk up outside backer. Ball's on the ground. Coming from the backside. Beaver able to air it out. Deep ball. Out of bounds. No catch. And that will end the quarter. So, Shane, one of the big things the first half that we've seen here. So, we talked about some of this. Delta offense, we wondered about them. We knew they've been powerful in the past, but last week, or 2 weeks ago, they played their game. They didn't score the entire game. They actually lost 3-0 in a defensive battle. They put up 27 in the first half on the Bulldogs, and they also put up 346 yards of offense, and the Bulldogs 99.
Well, there's not much more you can say to that. You just hope that they can get into the halftime locker room and hopefully maybe make some adjustments defensively and come out. And the first thing, just win a quarter. Try to win a quarter. Third quarter, maybe 7-0, maybe 14-0, but just one play at a time. Win the next play. you can't look at the scoreboard at this point. You just got to try to win little battles.
Hey everybody, tonight's game is brought to you by these Moffat County Proud businesses.
And we've got Severson Supply and Rental. We've got the Memorial Hospital. We've got Bank of Colorado. We've got Victory Motors, Patton Enterprises 24/7, Miller Family Appliances, 3B Enterprises, Cornerstone Realty, GCR Tires and Service, Precision Auto Service Incorporated, 360 Insurance Company. This is a Justin Kowchek agency. Mountain West Insurance, Kramer Flooring, McDonald's, I'm loving it, Duran and Pierce, Cook, Chevy, Ford, and Subaru, Country Living Realty, Draper Insurance Group, Great Divide Cleaning Service, Chaos Inc., Young Life, Rocky Mountain Machinery, Epp and Associates, Rocky Mountain Automotive Incorporated, Colorado Northwestern Community College, Identity Graphics, Craig Veterinary Hospital, Craig Family Dental, Brass Key Realty Limited, Mountain Air Spray Company. These sponsors make it possible for us to be here bringing you all the action and on-demand Bulldog football action. We'll be right back after the halftime here with the Moffat County Bulldogs on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM.
All right, Bulldogs will kick off here in the second half. Panthers back to receive. Back deep, Cody Suave, sophomore, and Cole Granger, senior. Picked up by Granger. He has a seam on the left. He picks it up, and he is broke another tackle. He's looking to take it the distance. Oh, and tripped up finally. And touchdown saving tackle over there by number 27. I believe that's Joe Campagna. Saved a touchdown on that. Flag on the play. A midfield flag. So they may not get the big return that they wanted there, but it's still going to be a nice return nonetheless based on where that flag is.
Hey, let me give a shout out there. That is a very good friends with my son Sebastian. That's a freshman, Joe Campagna, and he's doing great things. And it must be thrilling as a freshman to be out there on a kick coverage team. No fear there, and he makes the saving tackle. And who knows, the angle he took may have caused the penalty to happen too. So freshman Joe Campagna will give him a shout out. Great play there for that young man.
Let's say something. All right, here we go. Come on, Bulldogs. Let's get it going here in the second half. Twins look to the near side. They'll go back with the dive play that they ran early in the game, and it works like it did earlier in the game. 8-yard gain for maybe 7 for the Panthers. Brings up a 2nd and 3.
You know, you go in at halftime and all the best laid plans, and you talk about making changes and adjustments, and then they come out and almost return the kickoff yard there, so to speak. You get that penalty, and now you really, really have to try to stop them, obviously, here to have any chance in this ball game.
And flag on the play.
Again,
so after the penalty, brings up a 2nd and 9 for the Panthers, and they will pound it straight ahead, right up the middle. Good for a first down. A bit good for 8. Going to bring up a 3rd and 1.
Let's find no fuse.
3rd down and 2. Maybe we'll put a 6 or 7 man line up there to stop this big bruising back right up the middle. Not a bad job. Looks as though he's going to get that first, but good job by our line. And again, 79's been all over that line tonight. That's a good lineman right there. Beckett's been in there on a lot of plays too tonight.
All right, so big penalty against the Bulldogs gives Delta a 1st down and 15 free yards. They'll come out in the trips formation. They've ran that trap a lot on this. They go the hitch and go. And they got a guy wide open. Oh, but he can't catch it. And you got to reel that one in. And great route and a great pump fake by the quarterback as he just did he pump faked the little hitch route. They hit the guy deep, and the Bulldogs dodge a bullet on that one.
And you know, sometimes better lucky than good, but we had just talked about this. I was talking with our awesome cameraman, Lance Scranton, and I said, you know what I would do if I was passing? I'd go right back to that little pump and go, and it worked, but I don't know if anyone had that guy out there, and there was confusion in the defensive backfield. So we got a little bit of luck there. Now let's maybe make something of that.
Motion all the way across the field. Go the Panthers, back to pass. Sprint out pass. He'll square it up. Throws a bead and almost picked off there by Moffat County. That was Marcus Delgado.
Yeah, great job by Marcus Delgado trying to make something happen at the linebacker position, wearing the number 85. So great job defensively there. And now here we go, 3rd and 10. Let's see if the Bulldogs can get a stop here early in this second half.
Bring it right back to the trips package. Back to pass, sprint to the trips side. Steps back, lets it fly. We got 2 DBs back there fighting for it. And good coverage that time. It was Kill Scranton and Connor Murphy on the coverage that time. Good job, Moffat County. Brings up a long 4th down for the Panthers.
Great job by our cornerbacks there. Now notice Delta with their quarterback, they rolled him to his strong side, not throwing against his body motion. He was able to square totally and put it up there to where either only his guy was able to get it or it was just going to fall incomplete harmlessly. And now that brings up 4th down. And you're in that position here. If you're Delta, really, you punt it, yeah, you might gain a little bit. You're just going to go for it here.
Yeah, 35-yard line, definite 4-down territory. And Delta's already said, hey, we're gonna open up the playbook now, and we're gonna look at some things because they've been running the ball really well. And now they go 1st down and 10 from the 35, and they throw it 3 times in a row. Back to pass again. They're gonna work on the pass. They got a receiver. He's got a guy beat, and it's a touchdown.
Once again,
he goes against Spencer Brown out there.
They go deep, and they finally connect. It took them 4 tries, but they did it. And touchdown Panthers as they open up the playbook and say, we're going to practice throwing the ball.
Here's the extra point attempt.
And there we go. Low kick by the Panthers. Blocked by a host of Bulldogs. 33-0 in the 3rd. 9:52 on the clock. You're watching Bulldog football right here on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM. Alex Navarez back deep for the Bulldogs. And this kicker can put it there, man. He boots him, I'll tell you what. Nice high kickoff, taking it about the 7. Alex puts the head down and heads straight ahead and runs into a green wall and brings it out to the 25-yard line where the Bulldogs will take over with 9:45 on the clock, down 33-0.
You can't do anything.
Bulldogs line up in an I formation. First time we've seen that. Still everybody in the box, though. And maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, I was talking to his brother, Pablo Cecido, at halftime, and we were talking about how hard Alex is running, how hard he is playing, and he's hurt right now. He's hurting pretty good out on that field, but Alex is just continuing to give everything he has. So a great game for number 21, playing hard.
Short gain actually on the play, was able to pick up a couple. And back to the double wing, back to pass. And just out of the reach of Scranton, brings up a 3rd down and
$250 sponsors
8.
included Chapman Real Estate, Western Slope Auto, Pestaway.
Beaver back to pass, sprint right. Tries to set up in the pocket, but nowhere to go as there was 3 green jerseys there. And he's brought down on the sack.
4th down.
And going to be a loss of 2 on the play, and the Bulldogs are going to have to punt.
There's a nice punt by the Bulldogs. It's going to catch a wicked roll. And Delta's going to go ahead and grab it. We've got one player down there, Scranton. And also, who was Ilson in their number 1. And Scranton comes back, makes the tackle. See, had some players hustling like crazy down there to make a play. Great punt by the Bulldogs. Great defensive play, and number 1 and number 17, that'd be Scranton. And who was number 1 for us, Kip? That's Connor Murphy. Hustled down there and made a great tackle. Well, right now, Kipper, Delta kind of can just spin the dial and pick offensively. They're working on their pass now. Receiver wide open out of the backfield. He's down. Number 7 makes a nice tackle, or a nice catch. And he's down.
Pass completed,
so it'll bring up 2nd down. But as I was saying, Delta now is going to basically play Madden. Anything they've tried has really worked, and so they're going to work on their passing plays now, looking towards next week already, early in this second half of this game.
Yeah, just a few minutes here into the 3rd quarter, and Delta already over 400 yards offense. Bulldogs yet to reach 100.
At this point, here's the handoff up the middle, busted outside. Missed tackle there. Who was out there that missed that? We'll get a number for you. But now you just want to not have a running clock. If you're the Bulldogs, you're thinking, man, we just don't want this to get embarrassing and have that clock go running when it gets over, what was it, over 42 or more? 40
points.
40 points. I was hoping for 42, but...
So one of the things that I can really say about our Bulldogs is just like that. You have one guy misses a tackle, but you had 2 more guys filling hard and pursuing hard, and it's the effort. The overall effort by the Bulldogs, great effort. There's no quitting these boys. They work hard, and they got a lot of grit, and they're going after it. And that's what we want to see.
There is never a question of effort for the Bulldogs. And the ball's out.
And that's what we talked about. There's effort right there, and it knocks the ball out. And you're hoping the Bulldogs have it, but they say no. He was down before the ball came out. It's going to be another first down for the Panthers.
So close.
And Delta keeping it on the ground, and always a good first down gain anytime you can pick up more than half.
2nd and 5 coming up for the Panthers.
6 to be exact. Brings up a 2nd and 4 for the Panthers. And they'll shift over. Bulldogs don't move. Overload on the other side, and that's the side they run to with the overload shift, and he's untouched. And there's going to be a flag in. They're going to get the holding from the back judge. You don't see that very often, a back judge throwing a holding flag, but we saw it there. But you see that. You see Delta shift over. Bulldog line, no adjustment. They didn't move down. That's where you jump down a gap. Your center now becomes not the center. Your next guy over is because you overload the side. No adjustment by the Bulldogs, and that's what happens. Big gain, but lucky for the Bulldogs, there's a holding. So
well, I remember numerous times back a million years ago when we played, Kip, you'd know from film study that a team did those overload shifts, and you'd know defensively you had to shift to cover that. You'd put even men on the even side. If you've got 5 guys on the left, you want to have 5 guys on the left, 5 guys on the right. You want to match number for number. And that's just something you hope to see.
It's old school Green Bay Packers. They did it. It was the Green Bay Packer power sweep, and they would overload you. They would pull men. They would even bring an extra guard or tackle over and line them up over there. And then they outmanned at the point of attack, and they knew they could get yards with it, and at that time nobody knew how to stop it. So right now, 33-0, 5:57, timeout on the field. Bulldogs looking for a stop. All right, so holding penalty negates that big play, and going to bring up a 2nd and 9 for the Panthers. Motion, option look, straight option, nobody there. And man, I even had the pitch man available. First time we've seen Delta run option, but that's why when you do a mix, an option is assignment football. If you haven't talked about it, then it ain't going to happen. You got to know who's got dive man, who's got quarterback, who's got pitch man. And if you don't, then option can give teams a nightmare.
Thank goodness for Scranton over there. Not the youngest Scranton, but the next to youngest. Scranton goes over and makes the last man there tackle. And as you said, you've got to communicate with each other. It's a matter of numbering system and knowing who's got what. Talk to each other, boys. A lone horn.
And here comes the counter. They had the big play on earlier. Just a little end around. Same result, and this time no holding call. Going to be about a 12-yard gain and a first down for the Panthers.
35-yard line in that neighborhood.
Well.
All right, here we go. Back to pass. Panthers. Hits a guy in the flat. Has him wide open. Going to be a first down and a gain of 15
number 7 gauge Lockhart
for the Panthers. Another first down, move the chains, 4:53 on the clock, 33-0 Panthers.
3 Bulldogs playing really hard over there making that tackle.
Right now, C-gap, Shane. I'm just looking at C-gap, and thank goodness our quarterback fell down. But C-gap, there's a gap. That's what I'm talking about, and that's what Delta's been looking at, and that's your eye in the sky. That's your guy up in the booth, and he's saying, hey, right now you got BC gap uncovered, let's run that dive, and they've done it a bunch tonight.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes scheme-wise you can really help yourself. You can give yourself a better opportunity to put your young men in the best places to have a chance to make a play. I'm going to give props again to our big old lineman there. We've got number 50 up the middle, and that's Torrin Hume. We've also got number 79, Bryson Davis. Zane Shipman's done a good job line-wise. And there's number 50.
Short gain for the Panthers. So after the sack, recorded sack with the quarterback the play before where he tripped, so that brings up a 3rd and 6 for the Panthers. 3:30 on the clock inside the red zone. Definite 2-down territory for the Panthers. They do have a young man with a leg on him. If they don't get a first here, I wouldn't be surprised if they did try a field goal just to work on it.
So you see way out there on the far side, matched up one-on-one. They're going to take a look at that. Good job by our defense right there. You're going to throw the flag, wide open player,
and
it's going to be brought back.
Going to be brought back, holding. We saw it plain as day there as we had a good rush as the Bulldogs were putting pressure on the Delta quarterback and may have even had the sack coming, but they were held and it's going to come back. Good call by the referee, and Bulldog defense working hard. All right, so Delta in a big hole. Back
There's
to
the pump and go.
And they let it rip. It's flying and caught by Delta. Touchdown as they go deep again. And not bad coverage there that time. It was number 22 on the coverage corner. That's where he actually was right there, but that ball was just right on the money, Shane.
Just a perfect play. I mean, what can you say? It was 3rd and 24. I mean, that's just bad luck, and we're 1 extra point away from running clock here, and you know, I guess at this point, there's not much left to say.
Yeah, and the Delta Panthers are right on the edge of breaking 500 yards offense. I got them at about 490 right now. Bulldogs still trying to break over 100. So, with that point, that's going to bring up the running clock. So the clock will run other than timeouts and injuries, anything like that. Otherwise, the clock runs the rest of the game. It's going to be a fast 4th quarter here. Bulldogs down 40-0. This is the Delta is in the, well, I'm not sure what the name of that. I think they're the Southern League, Shane. We're the Western Slope, or the Northern Western Slope League. Anyways, they're in the Southern Western Slope League. Not sure the exact name of it. But Delta, another 2A opponent. These are the teams that you have to beat to get in the playoffs and go. And Bulldogs right now struggling.
At this point, the rest of the night is going to go lightning fast with that running clock mercy rule. You don't ever want to be on the other side of that mercy rule. Tough game tonight. There's been some individual players who have had great games. I know that's hard to say when it's 40-0, but believe me, folks, some of these boys out here have had statistically a really good game, and they've all played their hearts out. Just not always put in the best position to make a play.
So this one will be just off the fingertips of a Bulldog picked up by Navarez, and doesn't have a lot of time. He's doing what he can, breaks away, spins away. Nice effort by Alex, and makes something out of nothing and gets it out just past the 20, near the 25, where the Bulldogs will take over.
That was David Drake who tried to catch that, but then once he saw that his return man was going to be able to pick it up, he went ahead and blocked. And again, great effort. And I'll tell you what, Alex Navarre is one of those guys that's played his heart out tonight. You wouldn't know it was 40-0 by the way he's playing.
Friday, September 22nd, we will see you here, 7 o'clock. It's always fun.
Clock continues to run, under a minute here. Bulldogs going to be on a bye next week, and then they come back with Resurrection Christian, another 2A team, same division, and they'll be traveling down to just north of Denver, Resurrection Christian. And little play action pass by the Bulldogs, and incomplete. Pass interference is going to be called. That's going to be an automatic first down for the Bulldogs and 15 yards. High school a little bit different than the NFL. NFL, it's at the spot of the ball. In high school, it's 15 yards. So even if it's 40 yards down the field on a bomb, you're only going to get 15 out of it.
And there, look, we talked about this. They allowed Beaver that time to roll with his body motion to the wide side of the field. You see how good of a ball he throws when he's able to not have to completely turn his body around. He's right there, able to throw right-handed, puts it right on the money, and gets a call there, which gives us a first down. The running clock brings us to the end of the third quarter. We'll be right back here on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM.
All right, Bulldogs actually spread it out for the first time. Shotgun, 3 receivers. Haven't seen this all year. They run a screen, caught underneath, And that is Josh Teeter, and it's for a gain of about 3. First time we've seen the Bulldogs really spread it out, shotgun look with one back in the backfield. So like that look, 3-yard gain.
Good job. Teeter makes the catch. A little bit high, goes up and gets it. Look, just right where he catches it, it's a 3-yard gain, spread offense.
Yeah, and if you look at the Delta defense too, they put in all their subs now. So this is important now. This is when the Bulldogs say, hey, this is Bulldog pride right now. We got to take the ball, we got to drive it down the field and score.
Yeah, I mean, this is where you say, hey, we've got to go get this now. You're against all backups, a lot of freshmen, young players.
Back to pass, Beaver.
Oh, back
my
is his
goodness,
body.
Goes back across. Dangerous, dangerous play. Holy
Pass
moly.
ball's incomplete.
Lucky for the Bulldogs, incomplete. And because a lot of bad things could have happened on that.
The old saying would be, there's 4 things that can happen on that play, and 5 of them are bad.
All right, Bulldogs back in the double wing. I'm telling you, Shane, this is what you do. You pound it. This is pride time. You pound it, you get in your double wing, and you make something happen against this defense.
Yeah, go down and show that pride.
Back to pass.
There's a good throw.
He pulls it in. Catch of the night. As Dominic Pischetti, hey, look what I got. Great job. Somehow pulls it in.
Dominic
What a
Odell
catch.
Beckham Jr. Pischetti with the one-handed catch as he skirts the sidelines.
Holy moly, reel that one and put it on the highlight film because that was a beautiful catch. And first down, Bulldogs.
Somebody making a play for this Bulldog team that desperately wants to at least get some points on the board here before this mercy clock runs out.
And that's what we're talking about. No give up on this team. Man, these kids go hard. And you saw it right there because they were in a hole and the line gave Beaver time. Great job by our offensive line. And then makes a great catch at the wide receiver position. Bootleg, play action pass, just out of the reach of Scranton intended target. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 10.
And we've just seen that rolling that direction. Just good things have not happened with that play. And sometimes I've done it in the past, you just pull that play out of the playbook. You just don't run it anymore. You had bad luck with it.
And Braden Barnes down for a minute. Definitely don't want to lose Braden. He's did a heck of a job in there at center. And just a great kid, works hard, and he shakes it off and he's ready to go.
Yeah, I need to talk more about all of our linemen. They're the guys that sometimes don't get any of the press. The only time they hear their name is if there's a penalty, so we'll say all their name again. I tried desperately to get them all in, and our defensive line has done a good job tonight. There's the pitch, running hard again.
Alex Navarez, that's going to be enough for a first down. That's what we want to see. First down, Bulldogs.
So 8:30. Here we go, first down.
Ready to roll after the first down. Same play to Navarez. Great push up front. And driving that pile forward is that offensive line. Great job. And first down, Bulldogs, as they are moving it now.
Okay, they're running. We'll go ahead and keep it here because they're right back up to the line. Running the hurry up here with this running clock with 7:38 left. Get something positive going into the bye week, guys. Here we go, running the offense. There's that pitch.
Same play again 3 times in a row. And a good first down play. Gets about 3 to 4.
Help me out with this. Let's keep it right here, my friend. Tell me our starting linemen from left to right, would you?
All right, so we have Torrin Hume, senior, 215 pounds. We've got Jared Baker, junior, 210 pounds. Braden Barnes, senior, 205 pounds. Colby Beckett, senior, 220 pounds. And Zane Shipman, senior, 245 pounds. Your line for your Moffat County Bulldogs.
Thank you, Kip. Second down here in about 5. We had to take Alex out for a minute. We go to our big running back here, the bulldozer. Oh, and he looks like he's going to be close. Looked like he was face masked, but I guess it was a bunch of jersey. It looked like he was going to get in there, but a good hard run. And as you said, you as a man know that you see across from you the reserves are in, the younger players. So you say, I'm going to score against the back.
And Shane, we said it. This is our Bulldog pride, and they're showing it. They're showing it that, hey, we're not going to give up. We're not going to quit. We're going to drive it in, and we're going to score. Here we go. Let's go, Bulldogs. You got 6 yards to go. Let's put it in and get on the board.
As I said, give yourself something positive going into your bye week to think about. Here we go.
Alvarez, nice cutback, drives forward, good gain on the play, brings it down to about the 1. Second and goal from the 1. Bulldogs looking to break that goal line.
Bulldozer time now. This is where I think you give it to Pescetti to plow it in right here. I mean, a lot of options here, but as a coach here, you make that decision now. Who are you going to have put it in, get this first touchdown of this game?
And Alex Navarro is going to get the call and breaks the initial hit and drives himself in for the touchdown. And just like that, it's 40-6. Bulldogs on the board here with 5:40 left in the 4th.
Great job, and as I told you earlier, Alex Navarro, he has played so hard this game. Let's see now, are we going to try the extra point? You'd love to see 7. You just don't see a lot of extra points by these Bulldogs, and they are going to try to kick one, so another. Let's see if we can get the small victory here.
So Alex Mendoza has done just an amazing job punting the ball today, has just did a great job for field position for the Bulldogs. Let's see if he can put this one through the uprights. It's up. And it is good. Good snap, good hold, and the Bulldogs are at 7.
Hey, it's been a while since the Bulldogs had a nice, clean 7 on the scoreboard. It seems like it's always 6 or 8, so good job, Bulldogs. We'll be right back here on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM.
All right, Moffat County lining up the kickoff. Maybe an onside, Shane. Let's see. Yep, onside kick, and bounces out of bounds. So going to be Delta ball. I'm sure they will not make Moffat County re-kick. And they're going to get that ball back with around 3 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock.
Uh-oh. Spread offense out there. So your youngsters better know where they're lining up. And I see it's like we're one man short down here on the receivers, but they just run up the middle.
Twins receivers to the near side. Quarterback looks that way. Hook route.
Oh.
Scranton, I'm telling you what, if that ball wouldn't have got tipped, Scranton might have took it to the house because it was coming right at him, and the deflection just put it offline, and Delta probably dodged a bullet there as Scranton would have took that one to the house.
Tell you what, Cale Scranton back there, he had his eyes on the quarterback making a play. Every time I go to the store to get food for my bearded dragon, I think of Kale. It's baby Kale is what I feed him. I think of Mr. Scranton and his son. Baby Kale. We're to that point in the game now, Kip.
I got it, man. I love it. All right, here we go. Twins receivers to the near side again. Back to pass. Steps back. They're going to go deep. Scranton on the coverage. And incomplete pass. Covered well by number 17.
He played it smart there, too. You see that? Might have gotten away with a little bit of a grab, but he says, hey, I'm not going to let you catch that. And I guarantee you, Cale Scranton knows the rule in high school that it's not from where the point of the catch would have been made, but it's back from the line of scrimmage. So he's not going to let that guy beat him deep and catch that. He'll tackle him before he lets him beat him for an 80-yard touchdown because he knows the rules. And here comes Davis out. He's had a great game. Here's the punt. Oh, it takes a unfortuitous bounce, and it's going to land, and Delta's going to down it. As the clock's going to run, we might get one play off. I might fall into the creek.
All right, Bulldogs going to try to get one more play off, and they do. Beaver back to pass, and out route goes to Etzler, and that's good for about 15 yards, and that will bring us to the end of this one as the Delta Panthers take care of your Moffat County Bulldogs 40-7. We want to say thank you to all of our Moffat County Proud sponsors: Severson Supply and Rental, the Memorial Hospital, Bank of Colorado, Victory Motors, Hinton Enterprises, Miller Family Appliance, 3B Enterprises, Cornerstone Realty, GCR Tires and Service, Precision Auto Service, 360 Insurance Company, Mountain West Insurance, Kramer Flooring, McDonald's, D&P Contractors, Cook Chevrolet Ford and Subaru, Country Living Realty, Draper Insurance Group, Great Divide Cleaning Service, Chaos Inc., Young Life, Rocky Mountain Machinery, Eppin Associates, Rocky Mountain Automotive, Colorado Northwestern Community College, Identity Graphics, Craig Veterinary Hospital, Craig Family Dental, Brass Key Realty, and Mountain Air Spray. Shane, What do you think?
Well, you know, tough night, and that's about all I have to say about that.
Yeah, and the Bulldogs just have to regroup. They got a bye, good week for a bye. You come back, you got Resurrection Christian, you got to reload, and you got to be ready to go. Thanks for being here with us tonight on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM. We'll see you next week with more Bulldog football.